It looks like so cool. Welcome everyone. Today is Friday, which means it is our weekly coaching session. So I do want to show you how you can join here. Of course, I am Bridget Bartlett. And if you are a member of our program, let me share my screen. You can get access by going to myvisionagency.com, and you'll see up here there are two ways to log in. So it just depends on how you join. So if you've got a free plan because you signed up for HighLevel using my affiliate link, or you upgraded to SaaS using my affiliate link, you are an affiliate. So you want to click here to get logged in. And when you do that, you'll get access to our community here. You're just gonna wanna go to the learning tab there, and you'll see Zoom support, and you'll be able to click there and click here to get access to this link. It is a different link for Monday through Thursday, as opposed to the Friday group coaching, which only members can join. Okay. If you are a client, that means that you have joined, you are either a beginner software reseller, or you are already on the highest level of HighLevel, and you want to join our program. So if that is you, you want to definitely click here to log in as a client, and you'll see our dashboard here. You're going to want to go to the community tab, and same thing. It's really the same area. It's just this one is embedded into the dashboard since you have access. HighLevel affiliates do not have access to our dashboard. Everything is easily imported into your own HighLevel account, which is really what you want anyway. You want to click here to go to the Zoom support, same thing, and you're just going to click here to join us on every Friday. So I did want to share with you some super cool updates. I've been out of the loop because I've been doing the workshop with HighLevel. And so I was thinking yesterday was the 4th of July. I was thinking I'm going to just take like most of us do, take Thursday and Friday and then have the weekend off. But I missed you guys so much. And I thought, oh my gosh, maybe they have questions. And so I thought I have to do our weekly Q&A today. So thank you all so much for joining me. So let's talk about HighLevel. I do have little notes here. So one of the things super cool about HighLevel is we now, if you go into, let me see, marketing, and go into the social media planner, you'll see now we have the ability to connect multiple Pinterest accounts, not just one, but if you have and that's within the sub account. Okay. So inside of your tools, or if you are a sub account in someone else's tools, you're a client, you can connect multiple Pinterest accounts to the one social media planner now. So that's cool. You'll also notice inside of the calendar section, if you go to your calendars, we can now set criteria for the rescheduled and canceled appointment. So if I click here and I go into the schedule, you'll see in notifications and options. Oh, where is it? Here. I think I need to go into it. Oh, here we go. You're going to go to notification and additional options, and then you'll see this option here, allow rescheduling of meeting. This has always been here, but now you can actually choose when you want that to expire. For example, in my consultations, I say that you do need to let me know, within 24 hours if you want to reschedule or cancel, which is really a good thing because, and this is what I talked about in the workshop this week, is like your time is your most valuable asset. Okay. And so I know for me, when I have a private consultation booked, I will, look at it. Obviously, I want to read it. I want to think about it. I want to prepare for it. I want to plan my day around it. And if someone cancels, 5 minutes before the meeting, obviously, I've spent all that time for nothing. And so we definitely want to eliminate that. So you can just put here like 24 hours or one day or whatever you want to do. And then that will keep that from happening. It will actually expire those links, so they won't be able to do that. So you just want to set that there. And of course, you want to save. The next thing, super cool, is we now can go into the membership area. And if we go to products, let's see if I have a course in here with a video. Let's go to this course here. Now you can actually choose a section of the video to use as the frame of the video thumbnail. Okay, so that is super cool. That was like highly I guess, in demand, I guess, or suggested for you to be able to do that. So you just click there and then you can say like, yes. And then now it's going to generate a thumbnail for that video there. So you can see how cool that is. So it just automatically replaces the first module there. Love that so much. The next thing that I wanted to show you is if you go into the sites section and you go to chat widget, you'll see that now we actually have the ability to create multiple chat widgets within our one sub account. Okay. So you'll see you have the SMS email, the live chat, and then WhatsApp. So you could even use that one as well. So when you are choosing your websites, if you go into the site settings here, you will now see that instead of that little toggle thing like we used to have like this one, you now can select from your drop-down list which chat widget that you want to use for this particular funnel. So that's super cool. Now, some updates about the AI Ads Manager. You guys will see if you go into clients and you'll see this is the agency admin for this account. And so what we want to do is click in the settings here of our agency admin. And when you do that, you'll see this window pops open here. So this is your default platform. So when you share your client invite link and they create an account, what do you want them to automatically have access to? You can choose that there, which is not new, but you also can choose this here, which again is not new. Client billing is not new, but this is new. Okay. So you can see that the cover, and this is really important, especially as this grows and as our agencies grow, we want to make sure that people aren't looking at it and they're saying, oh, that's play. Right? I mean, I tell you guys it's play. We all know that it's play. I don't hide that because I want you to choose whether you want to be black label, white label, whatever you want to do. But we can customize this. We could even like put our own logos and all of that on the image. So you can see here that all we need to do is upload. So if you're unfamiliar with what I'm actually talking about, you'll see here when we go to advertise, these are the images that you can now customize. Okay, so that is super cool. You're also going to see if you go into LinkedIn and looks like I don't have an account here, but we do have the ability now, if you're creating a LinkedIn ad, that you can actually create a LinkedIn ad form inside of the ad. Sorry, I don't have a LinkedIn account connected here, but to show you, but we do have that. And that's basically just like the Facebook lead form, except it's for LinkedIn. Okay. And then also I did want to tell you guys, as you know, we are no longer giving access to like Cloud Key. We're not reselling Cloud Key or anything like that. So if you're a previous member, and you signed up when we were offering Cloud Key licenses, and you would rather trade those licenses in for the AI Ads Manager so that you can white label and use all the new things, all you need to do as a current member is go to the onboarding here. And of course, if you're a client, you want these instructions. And if you're a high-level affiliate, you want these instructions. Once we see that this is all set up, then we'll cancel your Cloud Key account, okay? So you will no longer have access to that. And a lot of people are saying, well, what do I do about Owl Messenger? You know, I was using that. Honestly, Group Track is better anyway. So I would definitely recommend that. The White Label AI Ads Manager, you definitely want to always have white labelable tools. They're 1,000 times better than any other tool where you're promoting someone else's brand. So it's a much better solution for us. But of course, I respect all of your decisions, whatever your business model is and whatever's working for you. There's no reason. I mean, we're not like gonna just take them away from you or anything. So it's totally up to you how you want to move forward with that. Okay. So I also did want to tell you before I move on from that, if you guys missed the workshop that I did with HighLevel to show you how to create and automate your coaching business with high-level communities, you'll see if you're a member of our Visionary Resellers program, you'll see here that you can access all of the replays and the bonuses that were offered there. And then if you are in our free community, I have added that there as well. Okay, so you just want to go ahead and click there, check out the replays and the bonuses as well. Okay, so how are you guys? Oops, gotta let a lot of people in here. Or I guess it's really just ladies in here right now till all the guys pop in. there as well. Okay, so you just want to go ahead and click there, check out the replays and the bonuses as well. My voice. So, how are you guys? Oops, a lot of people in here. Oh, it wasn't Janai. I don't know who that was. I guess it's really just ladies in here right now till all the guys pop in. Oh, it's Ray. I heard my voice on Ray's speaker. So what's up, guys? Janai, how are
What's
you?
up?
Hey, I see Janai's hand is up. How can I help you, ma'am?
Hello again.
Hello.
I had a question with the AI, the onboarding course. I did an ad for it, and I got some leads, and I structured the emails basically featuring like the benefits of it in each email, and an offer to try it on a 2-week trial. And I was just wondering, is there any email ideas or concepts that you have that have been converting for you?
So, my strategy is what I talked about this week with in the workshop. Okay. I literally just shared every single thing that I do. So I love the reason that I love like doing the live content like this is because when you're sending your emails, it's actually like a live video, right? It's of you talking and demoing something. And so emails are awesome to send and super informative. And we definitely want to do that, especially if that's the only communication. But if you could send emails with a video of you, that would be way more converting because we want to, and whether you're like building a community around it, which really I recommend, or you are just wanting to like to be like coaching or just simply software reselling, you're still the owner of the business and it's still your brand. And so it's better, of course, always like the ideal situation. If I was in your position and I had these tools and I wanted to make the best of my leads, what I would do is completely redo that onboarding course. I would use the same structure and everything, but it would be my face and my voice when I'm showing all of these things, because as I'm showing it, I want to basically share who I am and what I do and how I can help them. Because as they're watching the videos and then they're getting emails from me, and maybe I'm giving them an opportunity to book an appointment with me, or if you have open office hours for questions, these are all things that have to do with conversion and churn. So emails are great, but we definitely want to think it's just like you said, Janai, and it's so important because what you're doing is you're taking action and you're getting leads and you're thinking, okay, so I have the leads now. Like I got a system now. I know the flow for this, but what do I do now to get them to convert from a trial, to get them to stay with the platform? And all of that has to do with this process that you're in, right? So that's what I would say to do. Even if you're do like, when I was talking in the workshop about doing the live, if you decided like, look, I don't have time for all of that. I don't have time to pre-record, blah, blah, blah. Watch the first video and just go live and kind of regurgitate what you just watched. Okay. It does not have to be crazy professional, but just every time you decide that it's your time to do a live or you want to record the video, then, and even if you pre-record, act like you're live. Say, hey, all, this is Janai, and today, whatever, just act like you're live. If you mess up, just keep going. Because if you were live, you wouldn't be able to stop, right? So just keep going and just record that video and just call it done, no matter what it looks like or how you just keep going, because all of those things that you're doing is going to help you. It's also going to build up your course. Right. So it doesn't have to be you sit down with a marathon course creation session, because really none of us have time for that. I hear sometimes people say, oh, if I could have a whole week where I just did nothing but this. And it's like, that's never going to happen. It hasn't happened yet. It's probably not going to happen in the future. So make your plan and say, okay, even if it's like one Saturday morning while the babies are sleeping. Every single Saturday morning, I'm going to shoot one video. I'm going to recreate one video in this course, and then I'm going to send it to my list. By the time you do that, you have now when you send it to your list, you're targeting people that you already have, maybe have created a free trial and then canceled, or now you're just building up your email campaign, right? So when you're all done, now you have all of these emails and all of these videos that you've recreated with your own brand and voice.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah. Plus, you can also throw your own special pizzazz in there, you know. Like, and if you wanna book a private consultation with me, and if you like this, and oh, and here's a great tool that partners with that, and my affiliate links in the description.
Right.
Mhm.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Manolo, how are you?
Well, how are you doing today?
I'm good.
Nice
How are
talking.
you?
I love your training. It was awesome. I liked it much. You showed some tools and some things that we have not seen on our private section. I would like to see if I could get a hold of at least that list of how to do's.
Like the checklist I did in the workshop?
Yeah, like the checklist.
Yeah, that is all in our membership area. You can go to, let me share
Hold
here.
on, let me record that.
You'll get the recording when we're done. Um,
You're correct.
so you'll want to go here where it says high level workshop bonuses.
Uh-huh.
And then you can, that's where the snapshot and the checklist and the replays and all that is.
All right, awesome. Now I got another couple of quick questions. They're really quick. Okay. Number one, I've been doing a lot of promotions on the AI ads system. Got a whole website for it and everything. And I had a customer and I sent in the link and it worked out all good. But then he transferred that link to someone else and that person signed up. And of course, I caught it because I don't have that many people. But my question is, how are we going to avoid that? Someone to use the link to someone else.
So the best way, and this is what I do because, that's kind of unavoidable when you're just sharing the link. But I tell them, and this honestly, now it's different. When I say I tell them, I told them when I was doing it the way that you guys are doing it. Now I'm doing, the licenses and it's a different setup and all of that. But what I was doing is I would tell them, like in the email where it automatically sends them the link, I would say, make sure to use your account email to avoid account deletion or something like that, I said. So I was setting the tone right away. If they don't use that email that they purchased the tool with, that they're risking getting their account deleted. And then I just would do monthly audits.
But that's when we have like one or two or three. When you have like hundreds, I mean,
Well, if you have unlimited licenses, that it wouldn't so much affect that. But obviously, when you have limited licenses, it affects that. But then if you have limited licenses, you're not searching through that much, right? Right. To
exactly. But if
see.
I have a limited license, which I do, my question is, eventually, I ain't gonna be doing this checking often because I'm really pushing this product. I mean, definitely. So I wanted to see if there's something we could set up to avoid that from happening.
Yeah, the way to do that would just be to add the link to your custom menu in your high level account. And then you don't have to worry about that.
The link to my
customer. Yeah, that's really what it was designed to be. It's just now we have the option to invite them outside of high level.
Oh yeah, I got you. Before, once they get into the high level setup, they could get to that link, no problem.
Yeah.
But if they buy on the outside, we don't have that control. That's what you said.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then we're just gonna have to keep looking it up. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's like it is inconvenient for sure, but it's really it's one of those things, if you just get used to in your workflow once a month, just run through there and see the emails. And I literally all you can see when you're looking at your client accounts. Like, let me get in here. you can see their email address,
Mhm.
like here. So literally, I just copy and then go to my contacts, paste, see if they have a valid account. Copy, contacts, paste, valid account, And then if I notice something, you can just delete it automatically. And honestly, I wouldn't go through. So if you notice like there's a bunch of accounts that no one signed up for, I wouldn't even bother. And this is why I put that disclaimer when they're getting the link. Make sure to use that because if you don't do that, I don't have a way of knowing that you actually are a member. And so that's why I want to just set the tone right away. Make sure to use, and you can even use a custom value. Like in the email, I would say, here is the link, register with this email, and you can choose your password.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, one last thing is really quick. You have a lot of YouTube videos, so you should know these questions. I just have a few of them. When it says, when YouTube ask you, my video contains some advertising for or collaboration for, so do you say yes or do you say no? And what
So
happens
the
either
only
way?
what that is for is if it's not like for affiliate marketing. It's more for like if a company has paid you to do like a promo on their channel, that's what that is
Ah,
for.
okay. If it's all me, it's okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you do need like a disclaimer, if you are promoting affiliate links, you can put a disclaimer, but literally all you have to say is like in your description, like disclaimer, there are affiliate links in this description and I will, if you use them, I will earn a commission.
So I should say yes.
No, because
Why?
your video is not a paid promotion. It's your video.
It's my
But
video.
in the disclaimer or in the description of the YouTube video, you just add that disclaimer, and that's all you need.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you much. By the way, great training in the community. I
Yeah.
follow you all throughout. I know a lot of people got lost because you were like flying. I'm quite sure Charles got a little lost there for a while, but he caught up probably. But it was really good, really good. I have it all three, and I'm working on it. Very good, very good
Good.
stuff.
Thank you. I know a lot of people tell me that I move fast, but I think it's better to move fast because there are people that want it fast, right? But also, I gotta cram in the information. It's like I can't just leave a piece out. But
Yeah, this is it
also,
was like 2 hours, but I got everything.
yeah,
Imagine
yeah.
if you were not going like that.
Yeah. Well, and then that's also why I did the checklist because I know visually and you guys know I love checklists anyway for that reason. Because you can just say, okay, now I need to do this. Now I need to do this. And then it's, easy to follow. But also on video, we have the beautiful way of just slowing down. It's like you can
That-
rewatch it 900 times, you can slow it down. It's so, so cool.
It was intense. It was really good. I saw a lot of stuff that I have not seen before. You kind of
Good.
update us on things that you just jumped on it right away, and I say, "Hey, that's new. That is definitely new." But it's
Good.
good. Thank you.
Good.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Charles? Were you next, Charles?
No, Ray was next.
Oh, my bad. Ray?
Now I'm unmuted and selected. Uh, Manolo took what I was going to say. I don't have a question now, but I looked at how many were online when I was online, and there were, close to 175. The way it goes, I guess you probably already know, they allow 25 at a time. And so they kept going from 50 to 75 to 100, 100. And I was just kept looking at it. The number of participants was greater than 175 there for a while. And, that's amazing. You were so good and so coherent and so unlike you always are. It was just great. And then the best thing about it is no matter how fast you went, I can go back now. I've got the three. Are those three replays going to stay up a while? Are they permanent? I don't know if HighLevel is going to keep them permanently, but I will copy them if I have to, because there's a lot of great stuff on it. Just wanted
Yeah,
to say
they're
you did great.
thank you. I appreciate it. That post in the community has the link to the replays, but they're always going to be on the YouTube channel. So
Okay,
all of those live
great.
events, YouTube channel. Charles?
You're gonna get more praise from me. It's the praise hour. We got to give you flowers now. You know.
That's all right.
Um,
That's it.
I definitely thought that the training was very robust. I thought it was really good. I'm probably okay. This is a secret. So like I because I talk to you so much, I can listen to you at times 4 and still understand what's going on. So I'm
Yay!
probably the only one that listen. Everybody's talking about slowing you down. I actually watched all the replays at times 4. So
Right, something like this.
yeah, so
Something like this.
you
Okay.
talk really, but I can understand everything that you're saying crystal clear because we talk on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So no, but I mean I definitely did think it was great. And speaking to that, and maybe this is something that now there are certain sections that I will slow down every now and again, especially if I'm lost a little bit, then I'll slow it down and then I'll go back up. But when I say slow down, I mean like times 2. So but when I was looking at the RSS feeds, because like, and I sent you an email too, like I love the live strategy. I'm gonna incorporate some of that stuff. And so one of the thing, yeah, 2.5, Greg, I feel you. For well, if you listen to it enough, Greg, you'll get to 4 too. Um, but you might beat me and be at 4.5. Um, but with the RSS feed and sending out the notifications and things like that, can you set it up so that because I was thinking about how you were talking about like if you did like once per day and even if you had 5 posts, it would send one message. Can I do the same thing for maybe sending out a message like once every 2 weeks? Because I have 2 different groups, and then one group I'm going to want them to have that constant every time something happens. And then there's another group that I kind of want to have where it's more of, you know, a relaxed type of feel. I was thinking maybe every 2 weeks, it might be every week. I don't know. But how do I set that part up? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I would do that with either creating a different smart list for
Hmm.
each of those groups
Yeah, I
or
would have a different smart list.
YouTube playlists for each of those groups. So basically, your RSS feed would be the YouTube playlist. And then every time, like you create the event, right? You
Hmm.
schedule the event, and then
Hmm.
you add it to the playlist. And then that is what would trigger the playlist RSS feed. And then it's going to send it to wherever you want. So let's say that you have a
Hmm.
playlist for customers, and then you have a
Yep.
playlist for leads, for example,
Right.
or something
Right.
like that.
Exactly.
Then
Exactly.
you would have, yeah, you would add them to that playlist, and then that would trigger, like, for example, customers in the smart list, and then only those customers would get the content from that RSS feed.
Do do playlists have to be public facing, or like they don't have to be public facing? Does that make sense? You know how you can do like unlisted and then
Yeah.
unlisted? Because my thought process here is, I mean, it's going to be pretty much the same videos, except for out. So then having 2 playlists with the same videos in them is fine for what we're saying, but not necessarily public facing, if that makes sense. So am I able to hide the playlist or no?
Uh,
Or
I'm
am I
not,
just thinking about it too much and just forget it and just do it that way anyway? Which is probably what I'm going to do, but I'm just asking.
yeah, I'm thinking through the process. Um,
I think I talk at 2.5.
I know, and I'm thinking at like negative 2.5 right now.
It happens. You gotta slow it down. That's the matrix.
Um,
I got out of the shower seeing workflows. You know what I'm saying?
I
Feel like
get it.
Neo.
I see them in my sleep for
Yeah.
sure. So I'm thinking, because the one thing with RSS feeds, there's so many cool things that you can do, and you
Hmm.
may want to do because you wouldn't want to do the so here's what you do though. You can add one video to
Hmm.
multiple playlists.
Right.
So would that solve the problem? I'm just thinking
Because
through your workflow to see.
let's say you go live 2 days a week, right?
Yeah.
So then that means one group would receive a RSS notification twice a week.
Mhm.
So over 2 weeks, that's 4 that they receive. I want to package those 4 and then resend them to the second group, but just do it on a 2-week basis. You follow what I'm saying? So they're getting the same videos.
Okay, so yeah,
make
so
sense?
I would use the same RSS feed, but create 2 different campaigns. So when you create that email campaign, you're going to paste your RSS link, and then you're going to schedule it whenever you want to schedule it. I don't know if you can
Oh,
do the different links, but then you would create or different. I don't know if you can do every other week though.
right. Okay.
That's what I'm not sure, but then you would just create another campaign and then use the same link, but this time you're going to send to like the other smart list, or you're going to send at this particular time and
Okay,
day.
so what I was missing is, like you said, I still control scheduling it when I schedule it. So then it's not necessarily them getting it every time that RSS is updated. It's whenever I scheduled it.
Right, because the
Okay.
link is kind of just like a fishing line, like it's just going to hang out there and it's just going to keep catching fish.
Hmm.
But if you don't take the fish off and send them somewhere, then
Right.
it's hanging out there. So you
Okay.
have to it's catching all the stuff and then you have
Mhm.
to tell it what to do.
Okay. Okay.
And if you want some, really, if you go to like rss.app, there's
Mhm.
so many cool things that you can do with RSS feeds. Like you can actually build one feed. Like let's say that you are a pharmacy and you want to get the RSS feed from the like um what's
Pharmacy
the
today. I don't know.
yeah, whatever. When they
Whatever.
do like recalls and
Yeah, yeah,
things,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. Uh-huh.
And let's say that you want
From
to grab
Pfizer.
the RSS feed and every time they do a recall, you want to send it to your list.
Hmm.
You could do that. And you could even do like you could do multiple different blogs like in one RSS feed or
Hmm.
one multiple different things in one feed. So that would be like, let's say that you added my blog and Ray's blog and your own blog, and you created an RSS feed and you had that set up in your system to post to social or to send to your list. It
Hmm.
would be posting all of our content.
Hmm.
So it wouldn't
Okay.
have to just be the one.
Okay.
Super cool things you could do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Reminds me of like early, I guess, like WordPress, like back in the day when they're talking about RSS feeds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, yeah.
Digging in
And
the crates.
they used to be so confusing to me. I had no idea what an RSS feed was. But then once
Yeah.
I figured out how to use the first one, I'm like, I don't even know what it means or how it works. I just know that it does. And it's awesome
Right.
because it saves me so much time.
It's like it's science.
Yeah. I know. I love it, man. Really. It's so cool. I don't see any other hands up, so you guys feel free to ask whatever you want, or you could give me more praise if you want to. That's McCall and Edna, the power couple. I see your hand is up.
We gotta live up to that, Bridget. We
Yeah,
will.
it was
But listen, we just wanted to give you some praise. It was amazing. The training, like everybody said, you move fast, but that's how your brain works, and that's good. And you give so much value. So we just absorbed it, and now I have to go back and implement it slowly. But my favorite was that last one, talking about the YouTube, because that's something we really want to do. It was so good, such good information in there. So thank you.
Good. And I can't wait to hear about all the awesome time that you guys are saving because you guys you're like me, right? It sounds cool to build like a huge agency and all that stuff, but really at the end of the day, if we're being honest, we just don't want to work our whole lives away. We just want to do whatever we want. And if you feel like doing a 20-hour shift working, because sometimes I do, I just get like tunnel vision and I'm like on a roll. That's cool. We could do that. But if you just like, I'm just kind of feeling tired and down today, do that 1 hour or whatever, and then just call it a day. I mean, right now, even hiring a VA, I have taken my 4-hour workday and I have just like reduced it into about 2 hours, sometimes every day. And it's so funny when people are like, Bridget, you must be so busy. And honestly, I am busy. It's just not with work stuff all the time. It's not always business stuff. And that's really what we want. It's great and so like rewarding and challenging and exciting and all that, having our own business. But it's other stuff that's important too.
Yeah. And I have to say thank you for sharing your story. I'm a very I wear my feelings on my sleeve. So I like hearing people's people's origin stories, so all your background and just, you know, the things that touched you and motivated you to get to where you were. I was very touched by that, and it just helped me to get to know you better. So I appreciated you sharing that.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever heard your story like that before either, because that's something that I can relate to a lot as far as just just being an employee and waiting until you're assigned to say, okay, now you can go and do whatever you want, you know, but to be able to call you, you know, set your own terms, why not? I love that you brought that out, you know?
Yeah, it's so important. And I think, you know, definitely my mom dying at 59, that had a huge impact on me because it obviously, you know, I wish I had my mom longer, but it was also like, I mean, she was like, she worked from home and all that for a long time, but how would I feel, you know, being 59 years old on my deathbed and thinking, man, I wish I had gotten to retire, you know? Who wants to do that? And I'm looking at all these pharmacists who are making actually less money than I make right now. So that's weird. But anyway, I'm looking at all those pharmacists that I worked with in pharmacy, and they're like, oh, another day. I can't wait to retire. Oh, when I retire. And I'm like, you guys are making way more money than I'm making right now. And you're like hating life to retire too. Man, there has to be more. So that's why I love working with you guys, because all of you guys realize the same thing that I realize. There has to be more to life than just being miserable, waiting to retire. Because if that day never comes, if I die tomorrow, I will be so, so happy to know that I lived my best life doing exactly what I was created to do, and I enjoyed every minute of it. And that's really what we want to be able to do. We all have a gift, and it's all different. But we just have to find that gift and then develop it. And it's so amazing the things that we can do.
Yeah.
You inspire us all the time, Bridget.
That's right, Bridget. You do. So please know that. Don't forget it. I do have one question though.
Yeah.
I want to know, so there are so many topics that you have so much expertise on. When you narrowed it down to like, you know, coaching, was that something that you were asked to do, or did you just say, well, let me pick from my catalog of skills and let me present this one?
Oh, for the workshop?
For the workshop, yeah. So how did you decide that topic?
I was kind of thinking like, what am I going to talk about? And of course, I want it to be the thing that I know the best. But also, I have worked for a software company before, and I know that, you know, the point of these workshops is to show the power of the software, you know, and put some strategy behind it. And so I thought if I'm really going to show like the power of HighLevel and just here, like to be completely transparent, I'm a HighLevel coach, right? Like you're either a client in my agency using HighLevel or you have your own HighLevel account. So here I am presenting HighLevel in front of all of HighLevel. So my job is to show HighLevel and everything that it can do. It's also my job to present myself and the value that I provide as a coach. So I wanted to combine those two things and show like, what do I actually do? Because it's one thing to like hear about like all of these like hypothetical strategies and all these things. And I'm not theoretical, right? Everything that I teach you guys to do is all the things that I've done. And I'm very transparent about it too. Like there's a reason that I don't teach how to do solo ads. I've never been a solo ad seller, you know? So I only want to teach what I know works. And so if I'm choosing something to do a workshop on, I want it to be the thing that I know the best. And so I also wanted to just be like, wow people with how you really, really can. And I know a lot of people are so skeptical, but you really, really can build a 6-figure coaching business by yourself. You don't have to have a team. If you just learn the systems and automate as you go and as you're building your business, you're going to look back and be like, man, I can't believe, like even that workshop that I did for HighLevel. When I was with the previous software company, the very first presentation that I ever did took me 2 weeks of pouring myself into it, 20 hours a day. By the time I was done, I was so exhausted. Like it took everything that I had to do that. Now, this time, I literally had almost everything done within 24 hours. Like the checklist, the snapshot, the course outline, everything, because I know it so well, right? It's what I've done. And so I just honestly, I was more excited. By the time Monday ran around, like came around and it was time to start the workshop, I just was so excited. I could not wait to share what I had put together for you guys. So that's fun in itself. But that's how I wanted to tell you guys the thing that I know best.
And I wanted to add too, Bridget, that the part in the certified partners training didn't go a whole lot into depth in building a community using that platform. So you filled in a lot of gaps, which was really nice. Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you guys. And I do appreciate all of your messages of support and things because, no matter how experienced you are, when things like that are over with, you're like, oh, I hope everyone doesn't think that I suck. So it's nice to hear the encouragement. I appreciate it. Greg, I see your hand is up.
Yes, so one of the questions I had was specifically about Hey Levi. With the settings that we have inside of the account, how many word credits do we have? And are all the features turned on or some of them turned off?
Yeah, you have unlimited credits and you have all of the features.
Okay. Oh, that's what I need to know. Thank you.
All righty, you're welcome. Rick. If you're speaking, you're muted.
Okay. I wanted to pick up where McCall and Edna were asking their question about how you picked coaching versus anything else. I just wanted to say you're a people person. Not everybody is a people person. And when you step out of your comfort zone, and I know, an audience that large, you did step out of your comfort zone for that presentation. It was obvious, intuitively obvious by looking at you that you were comfortable, even though you were maybe uncomfortable at the same time. You knew when you know what you're doing, then that does it. So I have one more question, though. That's the reason I raised my hand. I am almost through my original onboarding. It's never been done properly because it's been done by several different people up to a point. And every time I call the support, I get a different answer or I get a little bit further along. Should I just go by day 1, 2, and 3, or 2 especially, and start over and just do everything over again to build what I want?
No,
Thanks.
Ray, because you've started over so many times. All you need to do is just share your affiliate link. Don't do anything else. Share your affiliate link with HighLevel and then just move on.
Okay. Oh, that's easy. Easier. Thank you.
Yeah, and if you check out that workshop that I did, and I gave all kinds of ideas about different trainings that you could do. For example, how to create a color palette. So all of those things, just create videos about it.
Yeah.
And share your affiliate link. All you need to do.
Okay.
And then, of course, if you wanted to offer the white label AI ads manager, that part's already set up. So just share your link for that.
Great.
Don't worry about the automations until you get leads. It's like a lot of people try to automate too soon, but it's really just so pointless to automate until you need the automation, because you have no idea even what you need to automate until you start getting leads.
That part, and I just want to jump in on that. It's funny because that's so true. Like you can sit there and you can hypothesize, about this and that and problems, and well, like in chess, 3 moves ahead. I kind of think that for me, in my experience, being three moves ahead puts you nowhere. Like I'm literally only concerned about my current problem and my current obstacle, and then what do I need to fix that, and then after I fix that, then I fix something. I go until I have another problem, and then I fix that. Like I got things right now that I'm working on, but right now I don't even need to ask Bridget about it or go HighLevel. So I just, okay, cool. Yeah, it's an issue, but I know how to fix it because I know how to troubleshoot it. I know how to do this. I know how to do that. Bridget taught me how to fish, so I'm fishing. Now I get something on the line that's, a little different, a little weird, a little strange, then, I'm gonna call ask you guys for help. So that's just kind of how I look at it. And for me, it has made me what I feel like is very proficient.
Confident. Yeah.
And yeah, confidence is built off of competence. And that's
Yeah.
not me, that's the SEALs. I mean, I wasn't a SEAL, but I read books. That's what they say.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Don't laugh at me, Greg.
It's really,
I
it's
don't
so
know,
true.
man.
It's so true. Don't worry about the automations, because I think a lot of times what I notice people do is they will say, well, I got to do this and I got to do that, and then I'll try to get leads. Oh, but now this happened, so I got to go ahead and do this. Or, oh, I just saw this video, this new feature. I guess I got to go ahead and do that. And then you know what happens? You have 0 leads and like 6 years have gone by and you're like, I thought I had a family once, but I've been in my office for 6 years and I have no business, and it's like, what are we doing, right? What we need to do is get leads. I love the story of Sean and Alex and Varun when they started HighLevel. They had their first like big like in-person meeting, and while they were presenting, they were signing people up, like even without a website. Like literally one of them was like behind the computer screen, like, okay, I'll just manually like create all this stuff and just manually sign all these people up, because that's what you do. Right. And a lot of people even create courses, or they'll sell courses before the course is even created.
Same thing with books.
Yeah. It's like if I wanted to say, hey, next month I'm going to launch my new course I've been working on of how to, start a lawn care business. And then I'm selling the courses and I'm saying, yeah, I'm going to release the course on September 1st. And I'm selling, selling, selling. And then September 1st rolls around and I go live and I do my first lesson in the course. It's like that's what literally people do that. And it's not like unethical, but it's like you got to get the leads first, you
Pre-sale.
know? Yeah. I mean, there's lots of, but like imagine, and actually it's kind of a cool way of doing it, because you see if the market even wants the course before you go through all the trouble of creating it. It's like, it would be so terrible to say, I'm launching my new course. And then it's like, you've already done all of it. You've already created all of it and you've had it edited and created beautiful sales funnels and you've spent a year doing it. And then you go launch it and guess what? Nobody even cares and nobody wants the course, or maybe it's terrible or whatever. It's like you just gotta get the leads. Period.
I'll be looking at workflows at clients and I'm like, or at leads, and I'm like, that workflow didn't do what I thought it was. I'm like, now I know what I need to do. I mean, you really pay attention. Like, even though I test, I'll test and I don't make, like huge mistakes, right? Like, it's not like they're never going to talk to me again, but, and then I just explain, hey, we got a new system. And they go,
Yeah.
okay. You keep it moving. Like they, hey, well, that element that I added was new, so it's a new
Yeah.
system.
Well,
That's
perfect
New every day.
example. Yeah,
Huh?
perfect example. I was in the workshop on Wednesday and I'm showing
saw
how
that.
to do the chat widget.
I
And
saw that.
I'm like, where's the chat widget? And I go out and I come back in and I'm like, oh, oh my gosh, now we have, but it's like, it's not the end of the world. You know, this is one of these things about being live is you just have to roll with it. Who cares? Because in reality, I saw it and I was super excited, you know, and I got to explain like, oh, cool, we have this new thing. The developers are awesome. If I was white labeling it and I saw it and I was like in a demo, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I didn't know the developers were releasing this feature yet, but now we have the ability to da 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 da. But you're so right, Charles, about the confidence comes from competence because when you are doing these demos, and this is why I tell people if you never even set up your own HighLevel account yet, how are you going to resell HighLevel? You could be an affiliate, but you can't resell HighLevel. How are you going to be in a meeting with someone? How are you even going to tell them what HighLevel can do for them or how it's a good solution for them if you haven't even used it yet to set up your own business? And then how are you going to be able to answer their own questions? You'll have no way of even knowing who is your target audience, what are their pain points, what, you know, you would have no way of doing that. But when you set up your own system and you're in these demos, oh man, that's easy. It's so easy to sell HighLevel because you're like, what are your problems? What are your pain points? Oh, let me show you exactly how you would build a system to eliminate all of those problems. But you definitely have to know it first. You guys have any other questions or anything? We definitely want to spin the wheel today for sure. I don't want to forget. I did forget when I was in the event and I had to do an impromptu live. But again, oh well, I mean, things happen when you're live and you just have to roll with it. And I promise you that even though I didn't do everything perfect, like look how nice you guys are to me and how much praise you're giving me and how much value you said that you received. So what if I was just like, I can't do it. I can't do the workshop. I'm terrified. I'm entering names right now, by the way.
Were
What if
you
I just
actually going to, were you actually going to put in 176 people, you know, that were live if you had thought about it in the workshop?
It was
You
just the
no?
hadn't
people who
forgotten.
signed up. It was just the
Yeah.
people who signed up.
Mhm.
Well, did it include everybody that signed up that was present, or had some of them died? You know, because they knew it was.
Signed up for a free trial,
Yeah.
not signed up for the webinar.
Okay. Yeah, that was not my question. That's okay. It's fine. You had enough entries there.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean.
He was saying if there was a lot of people, how would you do it? But typically,
Oh,
when you have people registering, you can usually get an Excel file, which I think you can then upload to the software that rotates the names.
oh yeah. Yeah, I think that you can do that, but I never have. But also, you know, there were less than 20 that created a free trial, so it wasn't that big of a deal. I just went to the affiliate account and then just copied and pasted. All right, so I'm gonna call the names and make sure that I call your name if you're here. So, we have Ray, Anthony, Charles, Frankie, Janai, Greg, Manny, Maria, and McCall. Did I forget anyone? And just so you guys know, if you're a member of our program and you join us every Friday for our weekly group coaching session, you do have to be in the Zoom to be entered into the drawing, but whoever wins receives a free private consultation with me. So if I didn't miss anyone, going once, going twice. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Ta-da! It's Anthony.
I was so close.
Ah,
I got
thank
beat
you.
out.
Yay! I'll send you the link to book when we're done here. Anthony is my little action taker. I think he's following in Charles's footsteps. You know, I see people. It's like you guys have done this for so long. I can tell when people come in if they're going to be successful or not because of just the quick action and like the motivation and being involved in the community. And so I'm just foreshadowing the future, I guess, or I'm just foreseeing the future that Anthony is going to be in 6 months replacing Charles as the, not Charles, maybe giving Charles a run for his money with the automations.
You know, I started those courses,
I welcome it.
the certification courses. So yeah, questions are gonna be coming.
Oh yeah, he's learning. I love it. I can definitely tell by the questions too. That's why I say that, Anthony. I have not seen anything that you've built, but I know the questions the action takers ask, and I can tell that you're doing some work. So I'm happy about that. All right, guys, is there anything that I can help you with before I let you go for this weekend? And of course, we're going to pick up our series that we kind of paused on this week. And we're going to go back to diving deep into the high-level tools. Let me see which area we're on. We talked about the funnels and the sites already. So now we're going to dive into the membership area. So that'll be fun. All right, so we'll talk about that on Monday. So if you don't have anything else, I will definitely let you go. Thank you all so much for joining me as always. I hope you have an awesome weekend. Go make your